What's up everyone, Tom from the Airsoft headquarters here, and welcome back to the channel. Today on our 5-minute fix series, I'm going to be settling some maybe disagreement or maybe educating you guys on the difference between joules versus velocity. Now, joules is the amount of energy that an object has when in motion. Velocity is how fast that object is moving through space. Those are two completely different numbers that are associated with the same object. The best way that I can possibly describe this to you guys is comparing a wiffle ball to a tennis ball to a baseball. Now, I am not a professional athlete, so we can probably guess that I'm going to be able to throw these at about the same velocity, which means coming over, throwing it as fast as I can. Both of these, or all three of these, are going to have the same velocity as it leaves my hand. So they all have the same feet per second, or velocity. Now, the joules is how much energy each of these has. If we look at a wiffle ball, drop it, very low energy. I would rather be hit with this guy because it has very low energy versus a tennis ball. A little bit more. It's a little bit heavier of an object, so it's going to transfer its weight into whatever surface with a little bit more energy. And then a baseball, a lot more energy. It had significantly less bounce. No one wants to get hit with this. So that is essentially what we have as far as joules versus velocity. I mean, to break it down even further, I've thrown these at different objects. So this would be like a .20, throw it at an object, and it's not going to do much of anything. There is very low impact. Throw this at an object, and it moves a little bit more compared to this. But then we throw the baseball at our target, and it moves a lot. It's the exact same thing of a .20, .28, .32. Now, within Airsoft as well, because it's a small ball bearing going through a smooth bore, these objects will lose velocity at different distances. A .20 is going to carry physically farther compared to the other two. While the other two are not going to go nearly as far, they're going to carry way more kinetic energy, so they're going to impact targets at different distances. That's why all of these snipers prefer to run these guys, because their targets, different players, are going to be able to feel the BB impacts at greater distances. Now, between these two, there's even going to be a further preference as to which one. Most snipers are going to prefer to get systems that are going to shoot this. Why? Because it carries way more kinetic energy, impact the target at greater distances, and is going to have a more linear flight path. Case in example, I'm throwing all three of these at the same target at a distance of about 80 feet. It takes me about 30 throws before I can hit the target with one of these. It takes me about 3 throws to hit the target at 80 feet with this. This, I hit the target with 1 throw. Right, this is going to carry its energy straighter, further, compared to these other two. And that's what we have. For people that are going to argue the other direction, I would challenge you, let's play dodgeball. You can throw this at me, which it has more muzzle velocity, so it's going to hurt more, right? I will use this. It has a lower muzzle velocity, so it's clearly not going to hurt as much, right? According to you guys. But for everyone that knows the actual scientific breakdown, joules versus velocity, knows that this is going to hurt more and is going to be more effective on the battlefield. Now, to wrap things up, you also need to select between these different weights what is going to work best in your system, which is going to be an even further 5-minute fix video where we actually break that down even further. So stay tuned for that. I'm gonna leave you this information so you guys can chew on that for a couple minutes or a couple weeks. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys. If you have any further questions about joules versus velocity, put them down to the comments section below. I'll do my best to answer them. That's all we have for today. So you guys take care, stay safe, stay positive, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.